Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sholihah, and now in this video I will answer the questions of the final exam in English morphology based on the textbook An Introduction to English Morphology by Andrew Carstairs. So the first question is about the differences between the terms word, lexeme, and lexical item. So what is the form we actually use in a sentence, like walk, walks, or walking? These are different word forms, and a lexeme is the best idea that all those words belong to. So walk, walked, and walking are all forms of the same lexeme, walk. Yeah. While a lexical item is everything that has a specific meaning and must be listed in a dictionary. It could be a single word like table, or a multi-word expressions like kick the bucket, which means to die. The distinction is important because it helps us to analyze how words we have changed and carry meaning in English. Without knowing the difference, we might confuse word forms with vocabulary items. And the second question is about how does phonological context affect morphemes. Okay, morphemes can appear in different forms depending on the sounds around them. These variations are called allomorphs. For example, the plural suffix s has three pronunciations: s, z, and is. S as in cat, z as in dogs, and is as in horses. It depends on the final sounds of the noun. Also, the past tense it is pronounced as t or it, depending on the verbs. Okay, and this can confuse English learners because the spelling stays the same, but but the sounds change. They might think they are saying it's wrong, even when it's just a natural variation in pronunciation. And then The third question is about comparing derivational and inflectional morphology. Derivational morphology creates a new word or change its class, like happy to unhappy or beauty to beautiful. And inflectional morphology just adjusts the word to fit grammar rules, like walk to walks or walked. Sometimes it is hard to tell the difference. For example, in the phrase painted wall, the word painted might be an adjective, not a verb. But in he painted the wall, it clearly adds as a verb. So context really matter, really matter. So the context really matters in identifying the type of morpheme. And the next question is about the difference between compound words and phrases. It is not always easy to tell. For example, greenhouse is a compound word. It means a glass building for plants. Greenhouse is just a place, a house that is green in color. We can sometimes tell the difference through stress. For example, blackboard, a type of board, is a compound, and blackboard, the color board is black, and that is a phrase. So meaning and pronunciation both help, but it is not always clear. And the last question is about give examples of allomorphs that are not only phonological conditioned. Here are three, and the first is wife, become wives. The f tends to but not in all nouns. For example, thief becomes thieves, not thieves. So this is a lexical rule. The second is go become went, or eat become ate, or drink become drank, and etc. Then those are irregular past tense forms. It is not based on sound, and learners just have to memorize it. And the last is receive become reception. The root is save become receptions. We see the same in conceive to conception or perceive to perception. This change becomes this change comes from Latin and is based on word history, not sound rules. These examples show word formation can depend on grammar and vocabulary, or even word origin, not just sound pattern. Okay, that's all for my answer to the English morphology final exam. I hope everything is clear and helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.